storage here. This is quite a special stone I'm leaning against. I will show you now. Now these stones were, some say laid, but they're obviously, I'd say it's an old dolmen or something like that. These stones are called Leacht Mahon, L-E-A-C-H-T, Mahon. Now, Brian Boru, the first High King of Ireland, when he was just a chieftain, a Limerick Munster chieftain, they were fighting Irish Vikings and several chieftains, and there was a major battle in, well, some say, looking at the internet and reading, some say 987 AD or 978 AD, right? It's difficult to find. One person can write it on Wikipedia and everybody copies that information. You know how it is. So it's one of them two dates. There was a major battle. Thousands and thousands of men fighting in these fields. Vikings versus Vikings, and Irish versus Irish, both each other on each other's sides. Usual story. And check this stone out. It's pretty spectacularly big. Now, the story goes that Brian Boru's brother was killed by Eire of Limerick, or maybe MacBrien of Limerick. Again, can't really find the full story. And apparently, Brian Boru, his brother Mallory, was killed in fighting earlier. So Brian Boru beheaded either Eire of Limerick or MacBrien of Limerick, beheaded him on one of these stones. Probably not on that one, but there's a big stone lying in the ground there, and there's a stone there. So, major site in Ireland this, because Brian Boru became the High King of Ireland eventually, and it started because of the battle in this field. The field past those trees over there, which two rivers join, and that's the only place the two rivers join, so the battlefield is well documented. But major site in Ireland. And what do the Irish electricity board do? Put up a bloody great telegraph pole and cables right near. Very important site, really. Unbelievable, but sadly somewhat typical. Just a pile of stones to some of them, you know. So, thought I'd show you this on this fabulous day in the Republic. So, big battle all along here in these particularly ahead, but they mark the big battle with this crap. Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Anyway, while I'm talking, I'll just walk across the field and show you the river and show you the ford, and in theory the stepping stones, which you won't see because I've looked and can't find them in the middle of summer, but there were stepping stones just by this ford. And I've been around here a few times, and it's never been the right type of day. The field's never been dry enough to actually come and do a video, so I've been meaning to do this. And all along this line here, up to the big mill over there, is a passageway, dug into the ground kind of thing, which leads to the ford. Now, I'd looked from the other side of the river looking for the ford and couldn't see it, but from this side of the woods, or from this side of the river, in this little bit here, now there's stones here, the stones going down. So I've not been this way yet, I just explored a few minutes ago just to make sure I could probably do it. It's like Ransom's there. Wild garlic. Handy location. Hey, whee! So, this looks like where the ford is. And just up there is the stepping stones to the right of the ford. So, it's a bit wet. Testing the old desert boots a little bit. But we'll just step on where Vikings were. Now you can see up here, there's the pathway. It goes straight through these trees. So in theory, this was being the big ford, probably coming in this area here, going across the river. And you won't want to do it in fact, you can probably see where the water's breaking through there. That looks like probably where some of the big stones have rolled to. On the other side of the ditch, on the other side of the river, you can't see anything of where this went to. But there is a bridge further on up. And obviously this became unused once the bridge was built, so that would have been in this here would have led across the river and then on into Macroom town. Now Macroom either stands for the crooked oak, because apparently there was an oak tree in the middle of the square, and Macroom was a druidic meeting place for millennium almost. And also possibly called town of the village of the followers of Crom, the god Crom, which again gives your druidic connections to the town. So the big battle was the Battle of Bielek Leacht, which is Balachta, which means the way of the stones. So one possibly thinks those stones were definitely there before Brian Boru turned up in 787 or 778. 16 years later, in 1014, was the Battle of Clontarf, where eventually the High King of Munster, or the King of Munster, as he was then, Brian Boru, finally became the High King of Ireland, the Ard Rada. And I believe he became the Ard Rada in, well, I think he became the High King of Munster in 1002, and then High King of Ireland in 1014. I could have my dates wrong. Again, going off Wikipedia and stuff isn't the best of things, and local library books. So, that's kind of the story really. Kind of an interesting place to be. I've wanted to explore along here for a bit, so I thought I'd share it all with you. And it's nice to have actually been and touched the stones at last. So, might not look it, folks, but this part here is a big part of history. There were a lot of men died around here, fighting for politics and land and all the usual stuff. What else can I tell you, really? That's a great deal, I suppose. Yeah, that's kind of it, folks. Just wanted to share this with you. So, once again, Survival Ridge signing out. And don't forget, most importantly, stay prepared.